My name is Myra Goldick, and I am the host of Never Say Impossible Radio. And today I'm coming to you on Blab. And in case you don't know what we do on Never Say Impossible Radio, we share information that can help so many people. And it's all good. It's all positive. It's about how you can succeed in business and what you need to know and how you can promote your business and grow, anything from social media to starting from scratch. And I see our guest is here, and I have to put my glasses on so I can bring her in. Well, anyway, when I finally get her in, I'd like to tell you her name is Mary Lynn Harris, and she is the owner of Sedona Pies, CEO, founder, creator, and all of that. And I am clicking show callers. Okay, here we go. Now she should be here any minute now, and we're going to tell you something really exciting. Hi there.
Hey, I'm here.
Wonderful. And I have the recording on, and I already explained to everybody who I was and what I do and what the purpose of my show is. So I'm going to start by telling everybody a little bit about our history. Marilyn and I, we met on social media. And I believe it was through a LinkedIn group called the Better Together Approach, which is hosted by a person called Lamar Morgan. It's a great group. You meet a lot of good people. And we become friends, and we do a little business together, and it's been a wonderful relationship. And Marilyn shared something very exciting with me. It's about her business and how she funded it, and she's going to share that with you today. But let's back up a little, Marilyn, and tell everybody about Sedona Pies, why you are so into the food business and you believe in ending hunger and all of that. So let's hear a little bit about you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why do I in pie business? I don't know. I guess I was never really good at making pies, but I just learned from my grandmother. I spent lots of time with my grandmother learning how to make pies, and so I developed a pie business way back in 2009, and then I ended up closing it in 2011. So this year I decided to relaunch it. So part of relaunching a business, like any other business, and you're always looking for either you're going to bootstrap it or you're going to find support or help with money. And so that's when I discovered Kiva Zip.
Well, but your pies are different too. You make them, the business itself, your pies are made with, I want you to do
wine, beer, and spirits. Yeah.
I find that fascinating. Are they lower in sugar than the average?
Well, I don't have an ingredient label on them, but for example, the wine pies, it's just wine and fruit. There's no added sugar, just the natural flavor of the sugar from the berries. So it's a natural. So I just, from people who are conscious about their diet or diabetics, they've told me that they love buying them and having them because they know they doesn't have the extra sugar in it. So anyway, so that's where that is. And then the other ones, of course, are a little bit sweeter. So I wouldn't say that they are, fit for a diet. If you like food, there's a friend of mine has this quote. He says, if you love food, you're an investor. So, it's really about just exploring. And how I got the pie business going is I was just looking for some part-time income. And so developing the pies and the recipes, I just kind of did a lot of experimenting on the kitchen stove until I found the perfect recipes for the pies.
Well, it just sounds fabulous. And now we go to the part where everybody gets stuck when they start a business, unless you have unlimited funds and your uncle is Donald Trump. You're going to run into a financing problem. Most people do. So how did you discover Kiva Zip?
I attended a Money Expo to help small business owners get financing about over a year ago, I guess, and that's kind of how I found out about the Kiva Zip program. As you know, Kiva is more, their other division, part of the company, is more focused on overseas, helping people start the businesses and get money. So Kiva Zip is this really about, I'm just going to read off their brochure, but they're really about providing solutions, interest-free loans, and to businesses. And these loans are crowdfunded on the Kiva Zip website. And so there are thousands of people that do this, that get money to launch their seed capital, I call it, or micro lending, they might call it, to get money to get started in your business.
Well, that's really amazing because it's a new twist on crowdfunding. Everybody understands what crowdfunding is. It's raising money through the generosity of other people for a cause. It could be anything, but this is different. This is a little easier for a lot of people to swallow because from what I understand, there's a guarantee that the loan that you make, whether it's $25 or $2,500, will be paid back in X amount of time. It is interest-free from what I understand.
Yeah, no interest.
So, well, that's the amazing part of the whole thing to me, because we all can afford something that doesn't break the bank to help somebody who has a cause that we believe in. So that's the wonderful thing, especially when you know that you're going to get that investment back. You've helped another person, you've lifted them up, and we all know that when we're successful, it creates more success. And if you share that success with other people, everybody succeeds, and we have a better society with less unrest and less begruntled people because they find their way to start a business and become business people and entrepreneurs themselves. So this is so exciting. And we all know the story of Ben and Jerry. So anything is possible. You know, I believe in anything is possible. When
anything and anything is possible, absolutely.
Right, exactly. So tell everybody who might be interested in your pies how they contact you.
Well, they can just go to the website. It's sedonapies.com, and you'll find us coming up in local farmer markets, and they could also subscribe to Pie a Month Club. And
would you repeat that, because I didn't quite get it?
It's the Pie of the Month Club. So that just means that you prepay a year in advance to receive or have it delivered or picked up locally or non-locally, a pie that they'll get every month. Whether it's, they decide my most top seller are the 5-inch pies, the smaller size, more for individuals. And then the bigger pies are more for dinner parties, anniversaries, birthdays, or, weddings. A lot of people, are switching over to pies rather than cake because, some people just don't really like cake, but they do the cake because that's expected. So some people are just, opting for the pie. And because my pies are unique, they're quite different, they're gourmet, that people are ordering pies for their weddings or special occasions. So,
I wish you all the best, and I know you're going to be a huge success. And there's going to be pie on every table. I want to walk through the steps for Kiva Zip. So you wrote text that explains your mission, correct?
Well, when you sign up, you just sign up and they ask you a series of questions. And then you have to write up your story or why you have your business, what your dreams or what your vision is for your business. So you have to write all that out, which I did. And then they have people that really kind of walk you through it. Their support is really incredible. So they just walk you through the process of applying for the loan. And then after I did that, then I had to ask them how much money I wanted. And I picked a very low amount, just enough to kind of get me started. Because what's so cool about the loan is that it helps you build up your business credit, and that's quite different than your personal credit. And it's also the money that comes to you is through what they call social character. It's based on your character online with people. And so then after I tell them how much money I need or want, then what they do is they tell you how many people you have to get in a private kind of way, because the first part is the private, where you have to get your own people to loan to you. So I had to find 11 people to loan to me, so I did that. And then once I reached that status, then they open you up to the world or their whole public platform. So you have a private and you have a public platform. And then after that, money just comes that way. So, but in the meantime, it's just like crowdfunding. You still have to find people that want to give you money. But with the loans, they get paid back with 0% interest. You don't have to give any perks or anything like that. You can decide with them what your terms of repayment is going to be. And when you get the monies, that's the day that you pay back the money every month. So, for example, mine's the beginning of each month. I have to pay my money back, and it's a set amount, whatever terms of agreement you came up with Kiva Zip and whatever I did. So I took the term out for 2 years, just because, when you're first starting out, you're not necessarily making a lot of money up front, and until you get that point. However, I can pay back that loan as quickly as I want to and with no penalty. And so that's just kind of how it works. And it's a phenomenal program. It helps people, give them their dreams, their hope up that, here's the way to get money to help me start my business. So that's the process.
I think that's fantastic. I do have a question. Yeah. I don't know why I have an echo, but I have a question about when you're paying back the loan. How many people are they paid back in increments? So let's say you had a loan of $5,000, and Kiva Key tells you how many people you have to bring in from your own network, your own emotional activity, people you're connected with, could be friends, family, could be business associates, so forth. Well, how do they receive that? All in one lump sum at the end of 3 years, or in increments over?
I don't know. I've asked that question, and I don't know the answer to that one. I guess we'll have to ask Kiva again and find out how that works. But basically, they collected all the money, so I would assume that, first in, first out would get paid. But I don't know the answer to that.
It's interesting, though, and they do have a form of guarantee for the lenders. But I'd like to emphasize the fact that when you lend this money to a business that you believe in, it's not breaking the bank.
Right.
It's not you have to sign a note on your house.
Yeah.
You're going to give what you can afford. And we all know that we all give to charity, at least most of us do.
Right.
And this isn't charity. This is just lending somebody. You're giving them the opportunity to create success in their life through their business, through their dream, through their imagination, what they believe they can do and create. I also believe personally that it's when you do something like this, it creates a commitment on your part so that you will never slack off. You know that
Right.
it's like, okay, got to work today. You will be motivated to pay that loan off. And in doing so, that makes you even more motivated to make your business a success. So to me, it's a win-win all around. So it's wonderful. And I want to give everybody the website and go to YouTube and listen about Kiva Zip. It's kivazip.org, and you will be amazed. And I think your campaign, which is finished and funded, might still be up.
Yeah, it was funded within 30 days, less than 30 days. But I do want to say with Kiva Zip, as you were talking, when you sign up as an account, you also have to invest in somebody else. So you become a lender as well. So that's your investment, that's your commitment. You know, like I said, as low as $25, you can do 25, you can do 50, you can do 100, you can do whatever your amount. And there are people on there that are backing that will match you too, that not all of them are. For example, I had Reed Hoffman on mine that would match $100. So if somebody gave me $100, he would match that. So I don't know if he's could be doing that ongoing, but that was an offer as well. So there are some wonderful people that are on there, and you get to hear about the stories about other people who are giving and continually to give. So events that, like I invested into a guy in the local area here, just spoke to my values. He was making men's clothing, and he was paying prisoners money, a living wage, to make the clothing for him. So that was my contribution, or my lend, if you will, of money to help him in his loan. So that's, I need to mention that too, because most people think, oh, I just get on there, I get a bunch of money. But there's, like you said, there's many things I probably didn't say about it, but I really believe that Kiva Zip does really help, whether you're a first time or a more mature business, to get seed capital at 0 interest.
Well, it's wonderful that you're helping to get the word out so that more people can enjoy the kind of financial support that you got from friends and the public. So I thank you for spending this time here and explaining this, because this is something many people in the public just don't know.
Right.
They don't. I didn't, when you mentioned it, I asked you to repeat it 3 times. I said, what? So, and it impressed me and intrigued me, because I've stubbed my toe so many times with business and funding and marketing and not having the money to move forward. I understand completely that if you're not prepared and you can't get funding, or you're paying enormous interest rates, it's going to bring you down. So the personal experience that I've had. So this is really wonderful. And once again, thank you for coming on and taking time out of your day. And by the way, I thought it was funny. You're wearing red. I'm wearing orangish red. And your company is Sedona Pies. And I think of the red rocks in Sedona. So I think we didn't coordinate it, but it just worked out that way.
Very nice.
And I want to thank you once again. People, you want to ask Marilyn Harris some questions, contact her right through SedonaPies.com on the contact form. She's also all over social media.
Right.
So
well, you can find us on Facebook, and
yeah, absolutely. And in regards to Never Say Impossible Radio, I'm always looking for wonderful guests. And you can find me all over social media too. Some things I don't like everything I ate for breakfast. We're out there and we're here to help. And until next time, what do we say, Mary Lynn?
Never say impossible.
You got it. And I am turning off the recording. I hope. Let me take a good look with my glasses here. Pause recording. But why is it still red? I think it's done.
Well, I'll sign off.
Okay, sign off. And I pressed it, so